High-level overview. This is a sprawling, hilarious, and unexpectedly vulnerable conversation with Billy Corgan, frontman of the Smashing Pumpkins, on the Joe Rogan Experience. It jumps from mafia family stories and secret half-brothers to AI consciousness, stand-up comedy, pro wrestling, and the internal war between authenticity and image. Corgan opens up about his wild childhood, brushes with violence, his fraught relationship with his father, and the psychic weight of fame. It's a whirlwind episode, loaded with sharp observations, raw memories, and deep reflections on legacy, artistry, and what it means to grow older in public. This is a summary of 2283 Billy Corgan from the Joe Rogan Experience, where we break down the key insights, ideas, and takeaways from this content, giving you the gist so you can decide if you want the rest. The full summary is available on perfectsummary.com, and you can listen to the Perfect Summary podcast on all major platforms or watch it on YouTube at Official Perfect Summary. The discussion explores the bizarre Bill Burr might be my half-brother saga and how it spiraled. Growing up in a chaotic household with drugs, mob ties, and emotional whiplash, the trauma of fame, surviving the 90s, and losing friends to addiction and suicide, why authenticity is everything, and how the culture punishes people for it. Corgan's take on legacy artists, fake personas, and the post-truth era. The pressure to conform in the music industry, and how he's rejected it for 30-plus years. The healing power of music, emotional honesty in art, and subconscious songwriting. Deep dive into the main ideas. The half-brother theory. Is Bill Burr actually related to Billy Corgan? Billy opens with a surreal story that went viral. People think comedian Bill Burr might be his half-brother. Why? Corgan's stepmother once claimed Bill Burr looked exactly like Billy's dad, and suggested he might be one of Billy's 12 rumored half-siblings. His dad, a wild musician with mob connections, admitted to fathering many children but never gave Billy their names, despite promising to. When Billy told the story publicly, it snowballed into a cultural moment, leading to awkward on-air interactions with Burr and Howie Mandel. Rogan suggests doing a DNA test on the podcast. Billy says no. The public doesn't care. People call me Bill Burr's brother now. It's funny, but also taps into a deeper identity crisis Billy's lived with his whole life. A childhood in chaos. Mob ties, guns, drugs, and cocaine mirrors Corgan's childhood sounds like a Tarantino prequel. His dad was a brilliant guitarist and drug dealer with ties to the Chicago mob. Billy recalls coke-lined mirrors on coffee tables, gun deliveries, and being taken on drug runs as a kid. Once, he found a double-barrel sawed-off shotgun under the bed in a guitar case. His dad's response? It wasn't loaded. The elder Corgan claimed to have slept with over 1,000 women, was shot at 9 times and stabbed 3 times. Billy's relationship with his father was volatile, sometimes adoring, often abusive, always unpredictable. The same man who promised to give Billy names of his siblings died without leaving the list. That legacy haunts him. The burden of surviving the 90s. When so many didn't, Corgan reflects on the weight of being one of the few Gen X rockers still standing. So many of the greats are gone. I'm still, and it changed how I'm viewed. Artists like Kurt Cobain, Lane Staley, and Scott Weiland never had to grow old in public or face the "where are they now" stigma. Billy thinks survival, oddly, led people to discredit his legacy rather than honor it. His authenticity, contrarianism, and refusal to die became liabilities in a culture obsessed with martyrdom and reinvention. On artistic integrity. They told me I was the problem. Billy's been in meetings with industry executives who flat out told him, "Your voice is the problem. You're too weird. Just give the people what they want." He refused. Always has, always will. "I watched the business destroy my dad. I'm not bowing down for anything." He quotes Popeye, "I am what I am." Even his biggest hit, Bullet with Butterfly Wings, he had to be convinced to release. It was too raw for radio, he thought. It became iconic. This same refusal to bend has made him misunderstood. The media decided who I was and stopped listening after that. The post-truth era. The monkeys were the prototype. Corgan offers a sobering insight about our times. We don't care if something's real. We care if it looks real. He points to the band The Monkees as the precursor to today's pop industry, manufactured, packaged, and proudly inauthentic. He warns, We now celebrate influencers who do nothing, while artists with actual skill are sidelined. It's a post-truth era. Perception is more valuable than reality. This fuels his podcast, Magnificent Others, a platform to spotlight people with real stories, real struggles, and real talent. The power of vulnerable art. When music channels the subconscious. One of the most powerful revelations. Corgan admits that many of his songs weren't consciously written about what he thought they were. He believed one was about an ex-girlfriend, until he got high and realized it was about his mother abandoning him. There's a layer of truth in the music I didn't even know I was writing. Fans would come up and say, "That song helped me with my mom," confirming it. He believes great artists are channels, not just creators. They unconsciously embed messages that move people even when the artist isn't fully aware of it. Growing into a softer man. Kids, hugs, and healing. Corgan, now a father of 3, shares his journey into emotional intimacy. He grew up in a house with no hugs, no affection, just survival. The first time he hugged his mother as an adult, it opened a new world. His kids smother him in love now, and he treasures it. It's a long arc from a childhood surrounded by violence and secrets to being a present, affectionate father, and it shows in his tone and stories. Favorite quotes. "I didn't get here with compromise, and I'm not going to stay here with it either. There are people who don't want me in this business, but I've made a lot of people a lot of money. What's the problem? Music can embed messages the artist doesn't even know they're sending. If I were in my band for 35 years and all I had to do was play 1979, I'd lose my mind." Conclusion. That's a wrap on 2283, Billy Corgan. This is a raw, funny, and layered conversation that reminds you how deeply an artist can feel, and how much chaos they often carry inside. Billy Corgan is far more than a 90s rock star. He's a poet, a fighter, a father, and a philosopher who's never stopped searching. Whether he's breaking down family trauma, laughing with Rogan, or critiquing a collapsing culture, his voice is one you can't ignore. This summary came from perfectsummary.com, your go-to for podcast recaps, book breakdowns, and video summaries that give you the gist so you can decide if you want the rest. You can listen to the Perfect Summary podcast on all major platforms or watch our content on YouTube at Official Perfect Summary.